Coming up on UT 10 News in HD, students respond to the killing of Trayvon Martin.
And we'll look into the rising cost of gas prices.
Plus, Ashley Karsten has highlights from the first outdoor track meet of the season. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Vince DiGuglielmo.
And I'm Adrian Ehrman. We have some breaking news for you on the student government elections. Another team has been disqualified.
Presidential candidate Heather Engel and vice presidential candidate Brent Teal are the second team to be disqualified for the 2012 election. The team has already been dropped from the ballot.
Voting began on Monday and will close on Thursday. We will bring you more on this story as it develops.
1 month after a neighborhood watchman killed a Florida boy, students at UT are still talking about the incident. Reporter Jason Osenbaugh has more on how students are responding to this controversial story.
On February 26th, security guard George Zimmerman shot and killed 17-year-old Trayvon Martin, who was wearing a hoodie in a gated community which had recent break-ins. Since then, Trayvon Martin's hoodie has been a nationwide symbol for justice, and UT students are joining the cause. Last Friday, the Student African American Brotherhood Association held a prayer vigil for Martin on the Student Union steps. SOB held 7 minutes of silence for the estimated 7 minutes it took Zimmerman to kill Trayvon. SOB President Christopher Scott says a strong community matters.
We care about what's going on in the community, not just here at the University of Toledo and with our schooling, but what's also going on in our community around us.
Florida's Stand Your Ground law allows deadly force when threatened, and some students believe Zimmerman was defending himself.
If you're in a situation where you need to protect yourself and the only way to do it is with using a gun or a knife, I think that we should be allowed to do that.
George Zimmerman claims he acted in self-defense and has not yet been charged with the crime. I'm Jason Osenbaugh for UT 10 News.
Thanks, Jason. Toledo's average gas price is 22 cents higher than it was last spring.
Reporter Georgina White looks into why fuel prices are on the rise.
According to AAA, fuel costs have increased more than 60 cents per gallon since January and will reach the $5 mark by early summer. Some issues leading to these higher prices include China and India's increased demand for oil.
The major issue has been the unrest in the Middle East, specifically with Iran. And so since a lot of our gas comes from that area, a lot of it, the concern is there's going to be issues with supply of gas.
UT students are starting to look for different forms of transportation.
Walk around more and take bikes and stuff instead of driving because, I mean, gas prices are higher than my GPA, so that's a big problem.
Professor Adjalori also says even though prices are lower than they were 2 weeks ago, they will be expected to rise again as summer closes in. I'm Georgina White for UT 10 News.
The UT Muslim Student Association shared their faith as part of National Islam Awareness Week. MSA held 3 events last week for both Muslims and non-Muslims to learn more about the religion. The week started off with a holy gathering, where students asked questions about Islam and discussed their views. Then, the UT community and the public were invited to discuss Sharia law at the Law Center. The entire week focused on changing people's perceptions.
Have the opportunity to see the actual face of Islam, what it says in the Quran, how people live their daily lives, and that basically people are just people.
Islam Awareness Week ended on Friday with a sermon and prayer service.
As Islamic Awareness Week ends, the second annual Jewish Heritage Month begins. Hillel, a student organization, chose the month of April to share their culture with the UT community. Jewish Heritage Month offers 14 free events to the public. You can go to a Shabbat dinner or play Jeopardy to learn more about the Jewish culture. The program of events are focused on educating the UT community about the religion.
It would be great for them to know the Jewish faith, the side of it that's really calm and understanding and super fun. So I think bringing that kind of education and knowledge will help the university and all of its kids understand.
Jewish Heritage Month wraps up with Rocky's Bar Mitzvah on April 21st. Songfest really sparkled this year with their 75th Diamond Anniversary. Reporter Ian Davis was at Savage Arena for the performances.
Songfest, UT's second longest tradition on campus, mixed music from past and present with their theme, Rocket Rewind. 21 organizations had 4 minutes to sing and dance to a medley of songs from over the past 75 years. The organizations were split into 3 divisions, a men's, women's, and co-ed, to compete for a trophy and bragging rights. Blue Key and Mortarboard put on the event, and over 2,000 people came to cheer on the performers.
to me, Songfest is the best tradition on campus. Everybody gets so excited for it. All the participating groups practice so hard and put in so much work.
Congratulations to this year's winners. In the women's division, Alpha Chi Omega, co-ed division, Campus Crusade for Christ, and in the men's division, Pi Kappa Alpha.
For the next year, we get to brag about this, and it's, oh my God, definitely not going to settle in. No.
This year's Songfest raised more than $800 for Yell and Tell, a local organization helping to stop child abuse. I'm Ian Davis for UT10 News.
The theater and film department is wrapping up their Love Gone Wrong series with the spring production of In the Next Room. This controversial play is set in the Victorian era and deals with women seeking medical care for their hysteria. The treatment for this ailment is doctors using vibrators on the women to relieve stress. Actor DJ Helmkamp says the play gets people thinking and talking.
I think it's definitely going to break out of the norm. Not everybody's used to a play that's so open about sexuality and about especially the kind of evolution of social norms.
The play opens Friday, April 13th and runs until Sunday the 22nd. Tickets can be purchased online or at the Center for Performing Arts box office.
I'm Ashley Karsten, and this is your UT10 Sports. With spring underway, the UT track and field team competed in their first outdoor meet, and the women's tennis team continued to take on their conference rivals. After falling short to Miami on Friday, the ladies were looking to pick up their first MAC conference win of the season against Ball State on Saturday. Due to injuries, the Rockets went into the match with only 5 players, automatically forfeiting a point in both doubles and singles. In doubles, the ladies lost 2 of the 3 matches, giving the Cardinals the doubles point. But UT would bounce back in singles, taking 4 of the 5 matches, with Pia Rigg and Lexi Pitt taking the top 2 seeds. The Rockets soared past the Cardinals with a final score of 4-3. Coach Tracy Mauntler says the 5-member team is not giving up.
These 5, I just feel like they're working hard and they're focused and they're not excuse makers. They're just gonna, okay, this is what we have to do and we're gonna do it. And they've proved that they can do it, I think, is the important thing, because we've been playing a lot of the season at 5.
While the ladies were at Shadow Valley, the UT track and field team was here on campus hosting the 7th annual Toledo Collegiate Challenge. 12 men's and women's teams competed in the meet, but let's take a look at the women who trailed in second place for most of the event behind Buffalo. The ladies got off to a good start in field events, taking first, second, and third in the long jump, with Kaya Douglas out-jumping the rest with a distance of 5.68 meters. Also leading her event was Rocket Carly Moles. Here she is throwing 40.18 meters in the javelin. Then UT grabbed second place in the high jump with Haijung Jing soaring high for 1.68 meters. Taking 5th place in pole vault, Ellen Silva goes up and over for a height of 3.35 meters. And on to running events, the ladies dominated in the 1,500-meter race with a 1-2-3 finish. And first was UT's Megan Wright, followed by Emma Cortez and Liz Weiler. To take the point lead, UT had yet another 1-2-3 finish in the 3,000-meter race. The Rockets edged past the Bulls, placing first in the Toledo Collegiate Challenge. Coach Kevin Hadsell is happy with the start of the outdoor season.
I was really pleased for us to win. You know, it's a home meet and we're competitive and you always want to win at home, and so it was a really nice step for us in the right direction.
Thanks, Ashley. That's it for UT10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus and bios from all UT10 reporters, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And you can always watch our award-winning newscasts on YouTube and Facebook, where you can get caught up on all of your campus news whenever you want. For Adrian Ehrman, Ashley Karsten, and all of our crew, I'm Vince DiGuglielmo. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.